Uh-huh.
So...
We have to get it off her.
shoot it.
I have just the weapon for this. All right.
What?
Dang it! That didn't work.
Resident Evil 5, the only game where you can kill a chicken, take its egg, and eat the yolk directly out of the shell.
Wow, this game has some pretty cool verticality. I got an egg! Oh my gosh! I can eat it, I can equip it.
Dude,
What's up?
there was a chicken. There's a chicken.
Chicken! Oh my gosh. Why? Well, this egg is the one thing I have.
Oh. Save a raw egg.
Yep.
I'm sure many of you have heard of the film The Room. It's become quite famous, or rather infamous, for its how you say artistic choices.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Now, this movie is by no means the first, but is definitely a great example of the phenomenon known as it's so bad, it's good. Movies like Troll 2, Love on a Leash, Sharknado, and Birdemic are all beloved films, just not for any of the right reasons. And movies aren't the only form of media that can have this effect. Video games definitely have their fair share of enjoyably terrible titles. Games like Deadly Premonition, Goat Simulator, Sonic Adventure DX, Sneak King, and of course, the subject of this review, Resident Evil 5. Now, I know the general consensus is that this game is really bad, but I want to use this video to tell you that I think it's actually awesome. Well, at least in co-op it is.
He's dead, Jim. Oh, never mind.
He is no longer living, Jimothy.
Why do you always say Jimothy?
Well, what else is Jim short for?
What? I don't even think it's short for anything.
It's short for Jimothy.
Is it?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to see a citation on that. Jimothy!
Hey Google, is Jim short for Jimothy?
For those of you who don't know, which is probably everyone, every video I play through a different game that has some form of co-op features. I review it in the context of whether or not it's good as a co-op game specifically, and then I give my opinion on if I recommend playing it or not. The categories for these reviews are the good, the bad, and the co-op. And let's get started by talking about the good. Now let's get one thing out of the way. This is not a scary game. Despite what the pedigree of the franchise may suggest, this is an action title that just thinks it's a horror game. And by thinks, I mean wholeheartedly believes it, because this game takes itself 100% seriously. Whether it's zombies with guns, a dude that can teleport for some reason, Chris Redfield's disproportionately swole body, or jumping out of a closed window for no reason, absolutely none of it has even a little sense of irony or self-awareness.
Okay.
Logical next step.
That makes sense.
I realize this may sound like it's a bad thing, but somehow watching this game try so hard and yet fall so flat on its face is really enjoyable. And if you really want to have a good time with this game, try and play it in as long of play sessions as you can. The loopier you are, the more fun you'll have. Which in our case, we were very loopy. One of our play sessions lasted as long as 7.5 hours. While there are tons of things to enjoy about this game, there are also plenty of bad things that are not fun to laugh at. The story, animations, and QTEs are one thing, but having gameplay mechanics that are bad is definitely not fun. The biggest offender has got to be the boss fights. Yes, they are definitely ridiculous, but they last for way too long. The basic gist of every fight is find the weak point, expose it, attack it, then rinse and repeat for 3 or 4 times. This wouldn't be a bad thing if the game mechanics made it feel like it was going by much faster. Games like Sekiro or Monster Hunter really keep you engaged despite their sometimes incredibly long fights. But unfortunately, Resident Evil 5 feels really slow. Not only is your top speed a mild jog, but you have to completely stop moving if you want to aim your gun at anything. So when you have to fight Wesker, who is an insanely fast super soldier, it becomes incredibly frustrating.
Hey Wesker.
Give him a shot. Give it to him.
Cool. He touched it. Oh man.
Oh, this is the best.
We'll get him this time.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. He hasn't even stopped the rocket once yet. Get him. No, oh, maybe next time.
I sense you're getting frustrated.
I don't know what the freak you're talking about. This is the best game I've ever played. What's the best feeling is that knowing that even when we do this right for the first time, it doesn't even matter because he will still... Nothing. Oh, good. Oh, great. No, that's fun. It gives you 2 seconds to... Oh, okay. Whoops. Guess that was my bad. I feel like I'm going insane.
Although it does make sense why the game plays the way it does. The mechanics were just designed for a horror game, not an action one, so it's hard to be too harsh on it. Although I will say, whoever worked on the cover mechanics can freaking die, because good lord, they're terrible.
You know, it wouldn't be so bad if it had conventional aiming mechanics.
Yeah, you know, like moving while you shoot.
Or I don't know, having crosshairs.
I have a crosshair.
It takes like 15, well, because you have a sniper. It takes like 15 minutes to just line up a shot.
Well, because this is a horror game, Grant. You're not supposed to be in combat all the time.
Yeah, I guess not. Weird. Like, maybe it's just me. It's probably just me. Like, the game's not bad, I'm bad. I know people will be saying.
So now after looking at the game as a whole, how is it as a co-op experience? It's really good. And a great example of this is the inventory sharing system. Basically, this just means that item trading is a thing. This is fantastic because it's almost like a little puzzle mini game to make sure everyone can carry everything they need and yet also be able to carry quest-specific items. Although one thing I would change is I wish you could split stacks of ammo. Jared and I found ourselves fighting over pistol ammo quite a bit.
No! I have 2 bullets, Jared. 2 bullets. Gosh. Now let me pick up ammo when there is some. Oh, nice.
Sweet.
So now I'm sure you want to know how to get co-op set up, right? Well, if you're on console, it's pretty easy, but if you're on PC, there is some work involved to even get the game up and running. But let's just talk about setting up a lobby first. First, press New Game, and after you select your difficulty, you can set up some co-op settings. You do have to watch the first cutscene by yourself if you're hosting, which is a bit of a bummer, but once you're in, just invite your friend and you're good to go. Which, by the way, this is probably a bit obvious, but you can only play this game with 2 people. And if you're on PC, this game uses Games for Windows Live. I know, but there is a quick way to circumvent this, so I'll leave a link in the description. Overall, Resident Evil 5 is very enjoyable. It delivers an experience that's very unique to the gaming space. Don't get me wrong, this game is terrible, but just in the best way possible. So if you're looking for a game that'll give you a good laugh, I definitely recommend it. I think the only thing that could top this is Resident Evil 6, but we'll leave that for another day. I'm TheAmazinggap, and thanks for watching.